Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. So we'll begin going in just a second here. I'm just going to share some links, and we'll be going straight away. I will start the recording in a few minutes as well, actually, just when we're ready. How's everybody doing? Apologies that, yeah, I had to delay the stream by an hour. I had to go and drop family off. Bit of a misunderstanding there, but hey, things happen, right? There we go. Be with you guys in just a second here. Not ignoring anybody, just trying to get these links shared. It's so strange. You feel like you're missing so much, you feel like you're being ignorant when you're looking away. Right, okay, that'll do for now. How you doing there, J Street? Hello there, Pat Joe. Well, in the middle of a role-playing game, so... No, that's awesome, dude. Thank you for being here. How you doing there, Chromie? Good to have you, my man. Thank you very much there, J Street. Really appreciate it as ever, my friends. Hello there, Felix. Good to have you. Okay, right. Let's get the show going, eh? There we go. Enjoy the awful background. Okay, so it has been a bit of a wait. I'll get the game recorded in just a second, actually. Right. Okay, there we go. Now recording, so that's all good. Yeah, it's been a bit of a wait. But then again, this is what happens. How you doing there, Thor? Good to have you, my man. Hello there, just to see you. Good to see you as well, my friends. Okay. I feel like it's going to be a very interesting turn. I don't particularly know what to expect, but it is going to be rather good, I imagine. Hello there, Sturmgurkan. Yeah, the famous one. How you doing there, Shiver Sprite? Good to have you, my man. Okay. So we're looking for turn 10 here. Look out. See, that worries me sometimes. It's like... You've got to really try and figure out what he's actually trying to talk about here. Could he have been talking about the flying tigers potentially in China, or... I'm not entirely sure, actually. But recording here, so that's all good. I'll be uploading the replay as soon as we're done here. Feeling nervous? How about you guys? You feeling the nerves yet? Okay. I don't think we're in, there's not too much here that is, like, critical as such. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. How you doing there, Offmentar? It's good to have you, my friend. Well, I mean, it'd be interesting to see what happens in New Caledonia. Okay, so you can see the, destroyers over there, reacting by Rabal. We may see submarines at Kandari. Maybe you'll do something at Kandari, but we'll see. Okay. Yeah, there we go, the DMS there, over there, the W7. Clearing a few mines there. Reacting to submarines over here. Was that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Right, Cuttlefish over here. The destroyer Bonasami engaging. Oh, these are Type 2 depth charges as well. Very nice, actually. Now, I'd imagine this is deep ocean, so I don't think this will be too effective, but not too bad, actually. I wish it was hit. I wish it was a hit. Yeah, I think this is deep water, so ultimately we'll not be able to hit them until later on in the year. It's either 1942 or 1943. But yeah, that's to be expected. All the nerves, indeed. Good to have you, Felix. They have to be honourable to keep on fighting after so long, indeed. We shall bury those... Wow, this is it. It's the actual terrain there that's quite difficult. We're not attacking the 8th Tanker Regiment. Hello, what is that? That's a patrol boat, I think. The Soribaya. Or Soribaya. Baja? Soribaya. Don't even ask me how to pronounce that. But the interesting thing here, then, is... we engage them. We're trying to break through here. I've set the submarines to low threat threshold. I want them to move through there. Yeah, patrol gunboat seems to be about right. We want to get past there, so I don't know if that actually has any ASW capacity. Yeah, big old Dutch S-armored cruiser. Oh, hello! Ha 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 ha! Well, the Sun Chaser. I don't know about that, but she's soon going to be the depth chaser. Very nice there. This is exactly it now. This is where we shut down the oil moving out to the Dutch East Indies. The Kendari route is going to be shut down soon, but this is excellent. This is a nice way to start there, and with a nice hit on this Sun Chaser. 2 hits on fire heavy damage. She goes down. Congratulations there to the submarine and her captain. Indeed. We should change the name there to the Hermes, right? Yeah, it's a nice big tanker. We'll have to check on that one afterwards, but that's quite nice. And good way to begin. Hopefully things will continue to be good as we carry on here. Okay, we're moving into the day here. We haven't seen the USN carries for about, I don't know, I think the last time we saw them was around about the 10th to 14th, something of that sort of nature there. So it has been a little while. Okay, our destroyer engaging over here. I believe this is also deep water, so it's a difficult one, really. We do have aircraft over the Hokkaido. We're not likely to actually damage the submarines over here, but if we can prevent them from engaging our convoys, that's the best thing. But eventually we'll gain hits, and it is good experience to the actual crews as well, so something to keep going, really. Right, okay, the Snapper is engaging the patrol boat Kisimaru. Is it Kisamaru? Yeah, indeed. Now, she's only going through here to reach Kendari, but this is something that we can try and flush out submarines that way, try and get an idea what's going on. Right, we do see a submarine in the Straits, so we lost a patrol boat in the last turn. Right, S-37, she's engaging the Kisamaru as well. I mean, the Kisamaru can be taken out here, but she's trying to force entry through this area. Right, reacting. Lots of submarines in the area. Lots and lots of submarines. Right, air operations. AM. G4M1 over there, attacking the O21. Supposedly DD, but I imagine that is a submarine that was hit. Now, if that's an actual proper hit, that's going to be excellent, because this will build up. We're going to reorganize the ASW round truck as well, really make it actually work. There are only 2 kinds of oceans. Sorry, 2 kinds of ship in the ocean. Sailing and sinking. Right, additional submarines there. Submarines heading towards Rabaul, submarine at Tulagi. Now, supposedly we're spotting allied ships there, but that'll be interesting what to see or not. We are sending out a surface task force near to Singapore, actually, just off the coast of Malaya, by about 80 miles off the coast, really. Okay, allied float planes in the area. The mini Kiribatai will be moving out into the Banda Sea. Right, airstrikes. So it looks like the strikes there from Hankow cancelled. Okay, 21 G3M2 is moving in here, approaching ships. I didn't think they'd actually be able to engage Singapore. They weren't really meant to, but we can always adjust the actual... Yeah, they should be dropping bombs anyway. No, they're dropping torpedoes, actually. Oh, well. Yeah, definitely torpedoes. Shouldn't really be able to hit something like that, but okay. At least we do score a hit there. Yeah, they should have been excluded from targeting Singapore, actually. But hey, I mean, I'll take it. Yep, here we go, 68 zeros over Singapore. Now, the interesting thing is, if he doesn't actually have a combat air patrol, he's going to get hit by the bombers more than likely here. Well, I mean, torpedoes are cheap, really. A torpedo is not worth as much as a ship. Even if it's a small ship, it's still a ship, so still a worthwhile target. I don't think they'd actually be able to hit something with a draft that shallow, but hey. Right, the single P-35, it's a bloody pain in the arse, that one. Yeah, bypassing it. Can't blame it, probably pulled off. One of those really are just a wee bit outnumbered. Okay. So our aircraft are damaged here. Now, of course, we are going in for the, so this is air attack. I believe these guys are on ground attack, actually. Yeah, these guys are on ground attack over here. So no damage down here. Yep. 39 K-27s versus 1 P-35 boy. Who's gonna win? Probably a P-35, to be fair. Yep. Yep. Honestly, I'm not even entirely surprised at this point, yeah. It'll be the altitude, but the K-27 is really not that good. Okay. 1 K-30 damage. That P-35A is a bit of annoying. Right, Tojo's over Singapore here. Again, no combat arbitral. Hudson's attacking the 38th. SB freeze. No damage. They're going in low there as well. No damage, 5,000 feet there it looks to be. Okay, we are seeing actually some bombers coming down here, so he is trying to hit the airfields. Luckily, no damage received there, very lucky. We might have to put a combat air patrol over Singapore just in case. Sorry, not Singapore, Johor Bahru. I wonder if we intended to send more, but it seems like coordination might not have been very good. That's an interesting development. I wonder where those bombs came from. They came from south, so I'm going to say probably Palembang. Are we going to see our bomb and strike? Yep, here we go. Air operations in the PM. The Narwhal class there. Reported hit. Very good. Right, we should see the G3s out here. Then again, it seems like they don't actually need to go on these like proper strike missions as such. As you see here, they're still attacking. They're still attacking. And they are causing hits here. Yeah, spotted, reported hit. And these hits actually do add up, so his ships will be taking damage there if they are indeed correct in their reports. Ideally they are. Okay, yeah, plenty of allied submarines in that area. G4M1 there was damaged. I do have additional aircraft in Japan. I could potentially move north to actually really ramp up the SW. Any submarine sank is really worthwhile. Okay, the Minikid Bataille's moved out there. We shoot down a Catalina. Very nice. Right, airstrikes, let's see. Okay, BG3M2's going in again. We might get lucky again. Again, it's weird that they can use torpedoes, but we'll see. I suppose it's good practice for them. We're not really taking much in the way of damage. A little bit of flak. A little bit of flak. There we go. Yeah, she's not going to be lasting long there. And she goes down. The Ballarat. Very good shooting there. Right. G3's going out. Heavy Kai 27 transport, well, escort. Yeah, see, these guys are using bombs. Yeah. It's one less ship than we have to deal with, so it is worthwhile actually targeting them. And they're hard to hit. I mean, I don't know if the torpedo would be able to hit something where it draft that shallow, but hey, it is what it is, I suppose. Okay, so the Ki-30's over Wankau. These guys have moved out of Hankau to reduce the amount of strain there. And here we go. So, 12 Ki-48's going in, 61 Ki-27's escorting, 16 Ki-41A's escorting as well. Yeah, we are taking hits from the flak, but the good news is we do get some bombs in there. Now, this is from 15,000 feet. Doesn't look like any real damage was caused there, but the fact is it's going to show... Well, these guys apparently going over here. Yeah, severe storms, that must have affected the coordination. Ideally, we do get some hits. Right, okay. No damage really sustained by Singapore as yet, but we can keep this up each and every turn. It would have been nice if been able to... Yeah, it would have been nice to hit the aircraft on the airfield, but they might have been moved. I mean, that's something we have to bear in mind. They may have been moved. Right, okay. Torpedo misses there. Sculpin diving deep. She may be in shallow waters at that point, but it looks like she's probably in deep. Okay, Sculpin moves out there. Right, Sculpin once again. Sculpin diving deep. Yeah, the Toko Maru looks like she'll be engaging. No, she fails to find her. Yeah, K21. Right, Cuttlefish over here. She's being hunted by the Murasami. Ah, that looks to be the convoy moving to Buna. Excellent. Right, okay, the heavy cruiser Maya. Yeah, flotation failing there. I hope she doesn't go down in transit. She should be okay. We are moving slow, but we can relax once she actually makes it to, like, Nagasaki or to a port of repair. Okay, so it looks as if he's actually reinforced the, yeah. Okay, so this looks like the forces here south of Changsha have actually moved into Changsha. Now, this is fantastic. Oh, this is fantastic. Hello there, Justice here, indeed, never live in battle. This battle will come to an end. It will be coming to an end soon. very soon. You can see additional tank regiments have arrived here, so we've reinforced ourselves, but look at that. The 3rd, 5th, 9th, the 12th, the 13th Tank Regiment, the 9th Armoured Car Company has arrived as well. Oh, this is excellent. How you doing there, residents? Well, I was going to be starting at 6 PM, but I had to push it back. So we've only just started. We've only been live about 17 minutes, really, actually. Just doing the replay here. But this is great to see. So a lot of these Chinese cores aren't even that powerful. I mean, we see a couple ones there, like the 99th, just like the 100th in Wenkao. Seems to be something special about those cores there. But oh no, never mind. There's the 59th there as well. 74th is quite strong too. So a few strong cores in there actually. Interesting enough, we do see the 7th Chinese Base Force, we see the 5th Construction Regiment, they really should be moved out there, the 9th War Area, 19th, 23rd, 27th, 29th, 32nd Group Army Headquarters, so this is going to be great. So when's the proper assault start? The proper assault will start when the rest of the divisions arrive. There's about 6 or 7 additional divisions to arrive. We are waiting upon the additional artillery as well to arrive, especially the heavy guns. Once we have the heavy guns, then things will become quite interesting. They're only about here, they're on the road here, so maybe 2-3 days or something like that, maybe until everything arrives. So the actual ground offensive, well, the ground battle for Changsha will begin, I'd say, within about a week. Okay, we'll speed things up here, take a look at the actual results. But the good news is we can outrange him here at Changsha, which is excellent. It's going to be a difficult battle, but it is a battle that we can ultimately win. There we go. Okay, so 38 Allied casualties reported. So we see the numbers, they've definitely looked to have increased there. Now, this is obviously still with only the bombardment, the actual artillery field regiments. Now, it looks like we might potentially have more there. Okay, yeah. 22nd, 116th. It looks like the engineers, they were about here, so they should be arriving within a day or two. Once the engineers do arrive, we'll be good to go to start the deliberate attacks against Wenkao. Not a million Chinese, about 183,000 I think it listed. Though I do think the numbers are actually low there. I think there's more Chinese than that. Okay, we'll see what the results are over here. Okay, so 7 Allied casualties over there. Yeah, you can see these guys have been under siege for a long time. Right, our deliberate attack there, the 12th Mixed Brigade attacking the 21st Chinese Corps. 104, 165, so they do hold in position here. 68 casualties, we can see the terrain, and terrain benefits the actual defender. Experience is a mitigating factor. We do have Leader Plus and Leader Minus, which is interesting, so I guess that works out. Actually, really low numbers there. 68, 12, 38, 4. So that was a weird one. We'll have to throw some air power there. And here we go, the first rounds against Bataan here. So you can see that he does have a large amount of forces in here. But this will be a siege. It's got to be a siege, really. Nothing else we can do here. But yeah, it looks like, indeed Bipolar General, it looks as if the sides really didn't engage. It might have been something like a skirmish, really. It did look like we reduced the actual fort level, which is impressive. So we'll see how that goes, actually. I'll see what the state of the troops is afterwards. Thank you very much there, was that Elk? Nah, thank you very much there for the troops Twitch Prime subscription. Really appreciate it, my man. It really does make a difference as well. Holy shit, I'm going to be poor next month. Appreciate it, my man. I actually did pick up 3 new books. I picked up The Korean War by Max Hastings, and 2 books actually. I was recommended these by Infinite Monkey. So I've got The Accidental Superpower, The Next Generation of American Preeminence and Becoming Global Disorder by Peter Zeihan, and The Absent Superpower, The Shell Revolution, A World Without America, Peter Zeihan as well. So I'll be looking forward to reading those at some point in the future. The Korean War. Did I accidentally say The Forgotten War? I think there's some book. There might be a book by the name of Forgotten War. I've got one by the name of Forgotten Ally, that's in regards to Chinese. Okay, let's see what the results are over here. Of course, we're only using the bombardment. The Korean War is a Forgotten War. Ooh, yeah, that's... See, the issue is here. Okay, so 12 guns destroyed, 12 disabled. 1 destroyed, 15 disabled. We are dealing with some very big guns over here at Bataan, so it's going to take some time, but we'll eventually burn through them. And here we go, guys, the deliberate attack at Numair. Now, the 8th Tank Regiment is not participating in this battle. I don't know, I really don't know if Numair will fall here. I'm hoping they will fall, I'm hoping, but we'll see. I don't know, man. It's either today, tomorrow, or the day after. As far as it goes, it's inconsequential when the base falls, because we know it will fall. Right, the 4th Australian Brigade, the strongest unit there. Come on, guys. 84th Naval Guard attacking. See, what we'll be doing here then is each day that we do not take the base, we'll rest a unit, and then that unit that was rested the previous day will attack along with the rest. If we have to grind our own forces into the dust to defeat theirs, then we will do. We will take Numair. It is just a matter of time. 3rd Mortar Battalion. See, the issue here is the actual terrain, and disabled squads can still defend, which is an issue. These men have nowhere left to go, but they still have plenty of supplies, they still have their defenses. 63% the base holds. It's getting there. It is getting there. Maybe tomorrow, maybe the day after, but the base will fall. Sooner or later it will fall here. Okay. This is getting to Shimazu clan levels of BS. It's gonna fall soon enough. It's gonna fall soon enough. Right, okay. Fort level 0. It looks like they're not actually bringing the forts back up. So we lose 309 casualties, 2 destroyed, 25 disabled, 5, and 1 there. Right, here we go. Defender, terrain plus, preparations minus, experience minus. There we go, so 203 casualties inflicted, 3 destroyed, 22 disabled, 2 disabled, 2 guns have been destroyed there as well. It is coming to the end here. Like, it seems like these guys are, I mean, it's the terrain that's doing this. The terrain really helps them out, but you take a look at this, so they just had assault there, 63. Now, bear in mind, we'll be resting our forces, and we didn't actually have the 8th Tank Regiment involved in this battle. The 8th Tank Regiment has had a day to actually rest, so we'll go ahead and take a look at the numbers there. But this is actually a very good result. I'm going to say the base will fall tomorrow or the day after. I mean, take a look at the numbers here. We still have effectively 242 assault value. Our forces have been bled, but they are still competent. We started the battle here with something like 12,000 men. We have lost a lot of men here. As far as it goes. But then again, these numbers aren't entirely accurate, as obviously I don't know if this takes into account disabled troops. So probably 1,000, 2,000, maybe even 3,000 casualties. We might have lost about 1,000 to 2,000 men dead, something of that sort of region. But we still have an effective force here. I mean, this is still a brigade level. Well, a mixed brigade level of force. And you take a look at this. 10. These guys, they couldn't fight back. If he was to launch a counterattack, he would be defeated without any issue here. The base will fall. It will fall soon. I'm going to say the base will be gone by tomorrow or the day after, really. But it will be gone. Right, the bombardment to Kagayan. Yeah. Just going to begin with the bombardment. Keep the bombardment going. See how we go on here. 16th taking a little bit of damage. The issue is it's like I need to fall back, so it's a difficult one. 22 casualties reported. But this is like just a attack just to sort of see what the defenses are like. Right, deliberate attack against Manadao. I'm hoping this is successful. If it isn't, it's going to be rough, but we'll see how we get on here. 50-29, come on, please. Nah, so close. The base will fall then potentially tomorrow. Okay, what were the actual numbers? 52 casualties, 1 destroyed, 4 disabled. 149 casualties, 1 destroyed, 16 disabled, 4 disabled, 1 disabled. Yeah, minus morale, minus experience. Okay, yeah, they do have fort level of 1. I think they'll fall tomorrow. We nearly had enough there. Nearly had enough. Had we had 60, I think we might have been able to take it. But not be long. Tomorrow as well, I imagine. Yeah, he's had some good luck with some of these campaigns, actually. They are engaging. There we go, we do have the airfield at Paramashiro-jima. And from there, and from now, we can actually begin to base aircraft out from Paramashiro-jima and really quite effectively look after the Sakhalin Straits and look after Hokkaido. The northern area of Japan really can be secured. It's also going to be our launch pad for the invasion of the Aleutian Isles in March. So, overall, actually a good turn. Good turn overall. No setbacks of any nature, really. not really anything really in the way of losses. We actually do sink 2 light American ships. We sink a tanker, so very good. Noumea should fall tomorrow, and Manadao. Now, that could have gone badly, but it looks like it will fall tomorrow. Overall, excellent. It looks as if the forces south of Changsha have moved into Changsha, so we might see our own forces south of Changsha with 3 divisions. And the great news is our path to, well, victory will be open. So for those of you who are watching the replay, thank you for stopping by, and I'll see you guys in the future. Goodbye for now. Right, there we go. So, I was going to go ahead and, start to upload the actual turn, the replay, and then we'll get right back into it. So what do you guys think then? How do you think it went there? I think, to be honest, it was quite good. I think it was good. And in reality, yeah. I think it's just going to take some time. It's just going to take a little bit more time until Noumea falls. They've held out really tenaciously. They have put up a good fight. Though I've got to say, it is probably the actual terrain that's doing it more than anything. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I'm going to blame it on the terrain there. It would be the only thing that really is going to be effectively holding us off at this point. Yes, enjoy that desktop. Oh dear. Okay, let's get this uploaded and... Right, there we go. We'll be good to go in just a second here, guys. Yeah, I'm going to say overall very good turn. I really can't say there was anything that was bad or unexpected there. Okay, that'll be uploaded soon. Within a couple of minutes, actually, should be up there. Okay. It's like all the ground forces of the Allies at the moment have the Enterprise's luck. They've had good luck so far. They have had good luck. But it's not so much even down to the luck factor, it's more so the actual reality of ground warfare. It comes down to the terrain, really. We do see a lot of potential here. We do have a lot of potential for actual victories within the week, really. It's not going to be long. It really isn't going to be long before we have victory. Now, as far as it goes with Noumea, we've already got the victory down there. That's just the icing on the cake there. Oh, don't say such blasphemy. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at our forces. Thank you very much there, J Street. Really appreciate it, my man. Okay, let's take a look. Yeah, the 144th 79 AV, looking good there. What we'll do then is we'll sort... yeah, notice the 8th Tanker Regiment is now at 60 AV. Their fatigue still 25, disruptions 11. So they did have some time to rest here. See, a lot of these vehicles will be in action as soon as they have some time to rest. There's still 41 Type 89s, there's still 19 Type 95s as well. So we have 62 motorized support, so as soon as these guys actually have proper rest, they'll be able to repair these 16 vehicles. 1 motorized support's broken down as well. So this is it. As soon as we have that, we'll be good to go. Now if we take a look over here then, it seems it is the 84th Naval Guard that to be rested next. Though saying that, then again, there's a lot of fatigue there. I'm going to go ahead and rest the... We'll say the 84th for the time being. Actually, let's see. Right, they're all set to defend here at the moment. Okay, that's fine. What I'm going to do then is... let's see... 29... I'll rest the 84th, the rest will attack. The day after, we'll rest another unit if it holds out another day. But the good news is we'll attack with the actual tanks tomorrow, so this is it. He's been really good here. The terrain really has helped him. You take a look at that Jungle Rough. Jungle Rough is excellent. As you can see here, Jungle plus Rough is ×3 defensive value, which is the reason why he's been able to hold out so long. So you train more ground forces in Japan. We do have additional ground forces that will come at set dates, but as far as it goes, land units, land combat units really aren't too much of a worry for us, really. We'll be able to replace the losses. It'll take some time, but we will be able to replace them. Okay, looks like we've finally gotten rid of the mines over here at Comac, which is fantastic. At least I don't have to worry about that. So we're still unloaded supply over here. I mean, that could have been a big worry had we not had enough supply. But as you can see, there's 3,600 supply here. There's about 4,954 supply here, and we still are unloading. What I might do then, what is the supply limit at Comac? It's 8,000, okay. So we can definitely unload here without worrying. Also, we are using a decent amount of supply here each time we do attack. It's been a hell of a battle. It has been a hell of a battle. And the thing is, it's like, would we have been potentially better to have rested a day between each battle? Potentially so, but then again, the thing is, it's like each time we rest, it gives them the time to build those fortifications up, and potentially it does prolong the battle. So it's one of these. If we take a look at the actual numbers here, so we can see 3,809. So yeah, you can see what I was talking about earlier on. So we're looking about, what, 12-ish thousand, something in that region. So if he thinks that we really do only have 9,000 troops, then he's really not correct. Yeah, you can see there, 59 infantry squads are disabled. We are losing squads, but we're not losing that many squads, really. We'll be able to replace them. The artillery has obviously been quite instrumental in this as well. Having those guns really does help us out. We do have the Maizuru 1st SLF. That is on its way as well. They've just started their march. So that's going to bring some additional forces over there. Why did THG use your name in his stream last night? I don't know. What do you mean? I don't know what that means. Okay. Yeah, we'll break him out soon here. I'm looking forward to when we do. 60... I don't know, I might... Yeah, these guys all have level 1 positions. I might rest the 61st, because it looks like... Yeah, the 61st isn't here as its entire... Yeah, saying that, they're a very small unit, so I'm going to rest them too. I may attack with these guys. They do have a lot of disruption, but then again, it's not that much high. Well, it is quite high, to be fair. Fatigue's quite high as well. I guess we'll rest the 84th. No, I'm going to rest one unit. These guys will attack as well. We'll rest them the day after, depending on what the results are. We can always come back to this and decide. As we'll go ahead and take a look at the ship and air losses then. Yep, still over there, which is excellent. So, let's take a look at the aircraft losses this turn. So, today, 2 Ki-48s, 2 G4M1s. We do actually shoot down 2 PPYs, but one of them goes down there to air. One of them is lost to operational, a Ki-30 L3Y2. I mean, that's operational. It's a shame because I really need these aircraft, but we are trying to get as much aviation support into Kendari as quickly as possible. H6K4 and a G3M2, F1M2, C5M2, a DC-2. I'm going to say that's obviously an allied aircraft. I can't remember what aircraft it is at the moment. But yeah, the vast majority of it is operational, though one of these guys goes down to flak, and this G3M2 goes down to flak as well. Amazingly, the submarines actually have decent flak, which is... as you do. The name of TH Dream was playing Axis and Allies with... Oh. I don't know. Pass. I have no idea. I mean, I wasn't invited to something, I don't know. I have no idea, my dude. Okay. Ship sunk, so we'll take a look at it last turn. Yeah, so, yeah, we got the Sun Chaser. She was actually worth quite a few points there, 15. Well, a decent amount of points. She's not the biggest, but she's actually pretty decent. Again, this is something good to take out there. The good news is we actually didn't see any of our own submarines hit there. The Ballarat, so Bathurst, whatever you want to call. But yeah, that's good. Yeah, depth charges there as well, so it could be a dangerous weapon. Pennegat. Yeah, Harbour Defense Mortar Launch, I think it is. Motor Launch. Yeah, not worth much. It's only about 60 tons, so really tiny. I really find it strange to believe that this thing could be taken out by a torpedo, but I guess that's just like a little bit of a finicky aspect of the game. Okay. So we do have our first submarine over here, the I-122, and you take a look at this conquered line, we have the I-154, we have the I-153, we have the I-160, We will have additional submarines making their way down through here as well. But the most important thing is we've got to shut this down. Absolutely got to shut it down. We do see, yeah, so that was the one ship that was moving out from over here. Looks like it's moving a couple ships out this way. These guys are moving in. How many supplies do we have over here? How much do we have? Okay, fantastic. We have enough supplies for another attack, so we will go there with a second deliberate attack. Superb. I imagine that's probably going to go down. Okay, now looking over this area, he does have detection of the mighty Minikid Batai. Right, the two APDs are moving in here. They're currently Knife, IGN, Koi, so fantastic. They'll arrive tomorrow, which is amazing. Okay. So I do have just 4 aviation support here, but what I can do now is step down the H6K2Ls. Yeah, 2 of them in maintenance, so stand down. Well, actually, I'll go and supply here, but just tell them to rest. The operational distances has cost them, but it's worthwhile. We've been able to get some additional forces in here. Yeah, we've got the 3rd JNAF, and we've got the 9th JNAF. Obviously, the rest of the 9th is being transported aboard these guys, so that's great news. Just some AAMGs, some aviation support, some engineers. The engineers are not bad either, so we have 7 engineers actually over here, which ain't bad to be fair. So that gives us the... I mean, the good news is there's no damage to be repaired over here, but it's good to have that as an option. So you can see we do have the 2 light cruisers here and 2 destroyers over here as well. Now, we did run some reconnaissance over here, and... yeah, we're not getting much in the way of numbers. I've not really got much in the way of accurate information. Right, 1 fighter, 3 auxiliaries, 2 over there. I guess they were probably left behind. Okay, so it still has these fighters over here then, so I guess our bombs were just unlucky there. But that's fine. We did see him actually attacking the airfield over here at Johor. And the good news is, like, we do have a lot of AA over here. So what I'll do then is actually put some of the Ki-27s onto Combat Air Patrol. Even, potentially even just the Tojos. I think I might put the Tojos onto Combat Air Patrol. 0 is looking excellent there. 39, 32. Didn't lose any, which is very good. Fatigue's increasing, of course, but I think it's one of these things. I need to go heavy until he actually launches. I think what we'll do here, then, if he had a Combat Air Patrol, those G3s would be gone. Well, I mean, this is it. He stood them down. So I think what we do, then, is we really just have to continue to ramp it up. It might even be potentially worthwhile to send every bomber that we have in the area against the airfield, potentially. We'll think about it. The bombers that attack so far use a reduced bomb load. We'll go and take a look at that. Yeah, W7 did good. Good turn, though. Good turn. Right, Bataan there. We lost quite a few guns over here at Bataan, but it's one of those things. We are going to lose. We are going to lose forces. It is a fortress after all. Much in the same way that Singapore is really. Right. Uh, 100-kilogram bombs. Yeah, good turn, really. It was a good turn. 100-kilogram bombs. Go ahead and check these guys. They should be well within range. No, that's just their default. But I don't know why they were only using 2. They should have more than enough range there. 9. How far away is it? 5, that's weird, man. You know what? I bet it was down to, I'm going to say probably down to the weather, perhaps. Maybe it's something of that nature. But yeah, we'll take a look at that. The interesting thing, though, is he's not run the Combat Air Patrol twice. He may run them again, he may run them this time, but the thing is, it's like, we've still got 68 Zeros, we've still got all those Ki-27s, we've still got the Ki-43s. He'll see exactly how much aircraft we're putting into this battle here, so it's one of these. Right, we do see some ships down here at Palembang. Interestingly, an AP. Now, Kotoburu to Palembang is 16 hexes. Just a hex too far to actually employ torpedoes. We will be moving the headquarters, the 22nd headquarters, potentially even the 2nd headquarters in the area down to Johor Bahru shortly as well. From there, they'll be well within range to hit Palembang with torpedoes. But what I'm trying to do here then is really very quickly shut down this strait here. Better keep hitting Singapore with bombers, it will get through and have an effect eventually. Yeah, I mean, what I might do then is, I suppose there's two schools of thought on this one at the moment. We could keep conservative until we actually do defeat his air power, which is, yeah, it's fair enough. It's like we won't have done really damage there, I don't imagine. Didn't report any damage, so I don't think any damage was dealt. But the fact is, we did drop some bombs there, so it is gonna affect him. And the good news is as well, it is gonna use some supply as well. The fact that obviously the flak is firing is using Singapore's supply, so even if it doesn't look like it's having an effect, it still is having an effect. It's just not quite as much as we'd like it to be. I think what we might do then is stick with the current levels of bombers. It's probably a good idea. Just so we don't get too giddy, don't get carried away then. Probably for the best. Okay. So a Hex Too Far sounds like a war movie made in the 70s. Yeah, like war games. I don't know if that, I think it was that the 80s or something like that, but that was a good film. Maybe even, I fucking don't know. Okay. Remember to take singers before the historical date. I mean, if we take it after, that is what it is. It is what it is, really. We'll be crossing soon enough. It's got a few ships docked over here as well. Yeah, the G3s did actually land a few hits in this area as well, which is good. Yeah, I know, right? Okay. So we do have the 48th Division unloading over here. So, looks like they're actually... are they completely unloaded? Not completely, but they're not too far off. Right, 4th tank, 48th. So there's still a few thousand men aboard here. Yeah, 3,432 men aboard. Yeah, something like that. Okay. We do see what looks to be an increase in number of men at Pegu. Pegu, how the hell do you say it? Pingu. We'll be launching attacks with the Royal Thai army down here at these bases. Once we take them, we can start to begin moving up over here. Okay. 4th Independent Mixed Brigade's still moving out. I don't know why he's doing this. No, it is... Ah! There we go. Okay, the interesting thing is we didn't see any air combat over Changsha. But you know what, I don't think we'll see it again next turn either. Yeah, the weather's really bad in this area. But we have located where the Flying Tigers are, which is excellent. And the question comes down to, do we bomb the living hell out of the Flying Tigers? And somebody shake a magic 8-ball for me and then just have it like have signs point to yes. We'll try and deal with the Flying Tigers. Once we drive them out of the area, then that's about it, really. He'll not really have anything else. But the good news is we didn't lose anything in the air, so yeah. I still need additional aviation engineers over there. Well, I need additional capacity, really. Would be quite nice. Indeed, kill the Tigers. Tora. And you really need to show that, seeing as you lost a BB on the first week. Well, the thing is, Pirate, it was unfortunate. That was due down to my experience, but a battleship isn't going to win the war either. It would have been nice, don't get me wrong. I would have really loved to have another Congo-class battleship. Because it's fast. Really fast. Excellent ship. But hey, I'm going to cry my sleep tonight and every night until we restore some honor. Okay, the 26th Engineering Regiment of the 4th Malta. There we go, not Malta. They're moving in. Yeah, they should probably arrive tomorrow. They've got a good amount of planning as well, which is excellent. Yeah, I know, Pirate. But as far as it goes, it's like kicking a dead horse at this point. It just hurts me. It just makes me feel bad. Okay. What I might do with these guys then is have them... I don't think they need to rest, to be fair. Though it might not be a bad idea to potentially rest them. Probably don't need to rest them. I just need these guys here. Sorry, not sorry. Oh dear. No, but it made for some really nice art, and it really did add something to the campaign. It's like, the initial mistakes I made, like, on the first day of the war, it's like, we should have taken out Plan Z, sorry, Force Z, but the actual G3s over here in Indochina, I'd accidentally set to night attack rather than day attack, which is why they didn't fly out and we did miss Force C. So, I mean, this is it. It's like a series of mistakes that do lead up to something. But the fact is, we have been able to move on since that. So, if anything, it shows to all of you new players out there that even if you do make mistakes, you can and you will recover if you carry on playing. There are always ways to carry on. The war will not be lost through one ship, through one mistake, or even through a series of mistakes. The war will carry on, whether you like it or not, really. Okay. So, what I'm going to do here, then, just to make things a little bit easier. So, task forces... and we'll take a look at the enemy forces. Right. So we picked up again on these guys over here, which is good. I can try and hunt them. No, I mean the thing is, even if you lost all your carrier as Japan, it's not over. It really is a colossal setback, but it's not over. Yeah, I mean, those two tankers over there would be really quite a nice prize, especially as it would deprive them of tankers in this area. I think we'll really try and go for that. So is there AP in there supposedly? So if we can, we will bloody well try and grab it. Now, we could try and figure out where they're actually heading to. And I'm going to say they're definitely heading towards Pearl Harbor. So what we'll do then is we'll place ourselves... We can actually potentially figure out their path as well. Yeah, there we go. Now, we do have a decent amount of fuel. Let's see. If I was to go to full, for example, we could try to catch up to them. I might give it a go. It is a lot of fuel to be expended, but it might be worthwhile to try and capture them. Well, catch them. Do you have the float plane? I3, you don't have the float plane. How you doing there, Snake? Alright. I6, yeah, you're the guy with the float plane. Okay. Head in that direction. I mean, if you lose all your aircraft, tanks, and ships... yeah. Oh, dear. And there's a nice AAR on the forums of someone who lost his carriers at Pearl Harbor, still managed to fight valiantly. Yeah, that's it, really, isn't it? I don't stream on YouTube. What I do is I upload all the actual streams to YouTube. What I do is I don't stream there due to the fact that it just doesn't... It sounds really greedy, and I don't like sounding greedy, but it's not economically viable enough, really. It's like one of these things, it's like at the moment I checked it the other day, it's like, for me to make 62 pence from YouTube, I need 1,000 unmonetized views, but to even get paid by YouTube, you need to pass a threshold about £60. So it's one of these things. Nah, it's good. It's just one of these things of where I don't want to seem like I'm being greedy. I suppose it is greed to an extent, but then again, it's like, well, you gotta get that cheddar. I got plenty of crackers. That doesn't make fucking sense, but hey, it sounds good. That'll be my, like, criminal quote. Okay. I'm gonna go with a full speed here. Maybe... I'm not gonna go with any more than that. If we don't catch them the first one, it's not likely we're gonna grab them. Thanks, man. But yeah, I mean, the Germans have effectively declared war on YouTube, so that'd be really interesting. This is like supposed YouTube union thing, like, alright, sure. Go at it. I've got no idea of legal expertise, or the cash to even go for anything like that, so you can see why they've had to approach a union. Okay. Yeah, we are seeing quite a few submarines down here. These guys are really reacting. Yeah, that 6-hex reaction really does make a big old difference. Here we go. So, tomorrow we will land at Buna. And from tomorrow, I'm going to say until we get the troops unloaded, we'll say about 2 days, maybe? Maybe no. Yeah, I'd say about 2 days. Maybe 2-3 days until all the forces are unloaded over there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to set them to absolute threshold so they don't go running. Right, I'm not seeing anything in this area. I need to run some reconnaissance over Port Moresby. We do have 5 submarines in this area, trying to keep it really shut down. 1, 2, 3, 4 submarines, 5 submarines over there as well. 5th submarine, sorry. Yeah, you're moving down to Auckland, a 2nd one over there as well. Moving submarines down to Auckland. Interestingly enough, I'm not seeing anything over here. We do have another submarine down there. 2 submarines, actually, the I-17 and the I-23. I may keep them in the vicinity of Fiji, perhaps, but we'll decide upon that one. At this moment in time, though, they are moving far too close to Fiji, so I'm going to have to alter their route. Well, I mean, this is it. It's like Google, and then, what is it? Is it a company called ABC or something that owns Google or something like that? Or is it ABC that owns YouTube? I can't remember how it goes, but I know there's like something above, well, something above that. I mean, the amount of money there is just ludicrous. It's like, just crazy. Okay. Right, those also have been starving for a while. I'll eventually have to go out and deal with them, but we can ignore them for the most part. The good news is our forces have not come into attack over here. It seems he really has gotten the message after his submarine was heard. Now, I think what we could do is probably surmise that Rabaul is one of the few ports out there that actually is worthy of being mined. It would be nice to actually ensure further security in the area. As you can see, we do have a couple of mines over here. Let's see, which one would be for the best? You're not even carrying any mines, but you still have depth charges, to be fair. Okay. I think what we'll do then is... we'll probably lay about... I don't know. Do we even need mines here? I'm going to say we don't need mines yet. I'll hold off on the mines, to be fair. The reason being, they eventually will decay, so it's one of these things where we're not expecting a threat at this moment in time. We do have a lot of destroyers here as well, so we'll hold off for the time being. I'll probably get the mines, mine layers sent down to these areas. I'd like to mine potentially Numea and Comac and Lafola as well. Just mine those areas in general. Bella Pile would be nice. Just get the area down there mined. Try to maintain it as best as we possibly can do so. And really making it an unattractive option for, yeah, 40 HG in this area. Okay, unspotted, but the Kaio Maru did well. The Suyozai did well as well. And we can see here we do have 2,000 tons of supply now. So we should theoretically be able to begin building up the airbags over here, which would be excellent. Okay, we did increase the amount of naval search in this area as well, and it's really interesting to see that nothing has been spotted, as far as we're aware. Yep, submarines there. Submarines in that area. We do see a submarine over here, actually. Buyers over here. A little bit of additional flooding. At the end of the day, we really don't want any additional flooding. She's moving at cruise speed, so yeah, she's only moving 8 knots there. Okay. How long until you reach? Okay, a few days yet. Additional reinforcements are on their way. I'll get a garrison over there when I get the chance. DMS is escorting the APs over there. They're moving towards Canton. Let's take a look then. So, it's going to take these guys a while to get back down there, but it'll be worth it when they do. Yeah, 184 miles yet to go. They'll make it. Right, okay, so our forces didn't move south yet due to these guys moving here. So if I take a look then. He controls the roads over here. So he does have supply able to move down here. Yep, he can move supply down this way. This road's shut here. The road's still open here, but it's shut over here then. So Wenkao shouldn't receive any supply here. But I'm looking forward to shutting this down. So let's take a look. Yeah, okay. So the 32nd... You know, can't remember exactly which divisions were here beforehand. I think some of these divisions are new that have just arrived. The 110th... Okay, looks like these guys have been reset in their progress. So we'll have to move them again. That's fine, doesn't take them long. 2 days they'll be out of here. It looks like an additional division has arrived at the very least. Right, the 19th is here. Let's go ahead and take a look at their AV. 425. Yeah, I'll leave the 19th Division behind. That's from the Korean Army. A little annoying. I would have liked my troops to move south, but it is what it is. The good news is, well, we can move now, which is excellent. I'm half tempted to keep the 104th Division here now, due to the fact that the danger has passed. We do have the 8th Armoured Car moving. I might move one of these forces out here, like maybe such as the Kyoko Naval Guard unit to the base over here. But the excellent news is that we can move now. So we'll have them begin marching south, and then at least we don't worry about marching them in the wrong direction. Actually, yeah, of course they're going to have more planning, so it's fine. 110th moved south as well. We do have additional tank regiments to move as well, which is good news. Okay, move south. I'd love it if we could try... I mean, the thing is, it's hard to hide the fact that the armor's going to be moving. As soon as the actual battle does begin, you'll be able to see the armor has left. But that is what it is. So we have the 3rd, 1st, we have the 35th, 17th, 15th, 13th, 3rd, and 19th divisions here. So still a lot of assault value will remain behind. Now the armor, we do have the 10th, 23rd, 5th, 9th, 13th, 12th, 9th, 5th, 3rd tank regiments able and ready to move. This is a lot of armor, and this armor is going to move extremely quickly. Hey, Doomsday, good to have you, my friend. Okay, what I'm going to do then is... we'll march them all south. The map's looking good. It's looking very good here. I'm going to move them all individually just to make sure we don't send any additional forces than the ones I'm wanting to send. The troops south of Changsha have just moved out, which is absolutely brilliant. It did interrupt our movement to the south, unfortunately. It would have been nice if I actually potentially caught them there. But as far as it goes, I mean, I'd rather deal with the troops in Changsha than anywhere else. By moving his forces into Changsha, sure, he strengthens the garrison there, but that works to my advantage, because we now have a free hand to move to the south, and I will push that brutally. We will move, and we will we'll move into eviscerate Changsha. And it's not far away. In reality, he's shortened the siege here, and he might bring about the fall of China by moving those men. He may have been able to delay it by keeping them in position, but the end is nigh. Okay, let's go through these guys here, make sure they're all marching. Once they're all over there and past Changsha and on the right path, we'll make sure they move correctly. Excellent. That's a lot of armor there. That is a lot of tanks. I mean, you take a look at this. We have the regiments here, so that's that's a lot of tanks. We're sending a good few hundred tanks and armored vehicles. Well, a good few hundred armored vehicles is probably the best way to say it. And that's going to be excellent. Okay. I'm going to send a headquarters out. Yeah, you're targeted for Hengyang. You're going to be moving down south as well. Right, 6th Army. Okay. Too bad they are not German or Soviet tanks. Well, the thing is, they are what they are, and they're good enough. I don't really need much else than this at the moment, which works for me. Okay. So I'll move in south. Combat. Combat over here. There we go. Yeah, these guys actually do have some forts over here. Right. Yep, you've got some planning for Hengyang, which is good news. So once these guys make it south, and we'll begin to plan. Okay, yep. Yes. Okay, guys. This is absolute. This is like, what is it? Bueno. I can't remember what the bloody word is now, what the phrase is. So beforehand, we were bombarding with the 20th, 17th, sorry, no, the 20th, the 12th, the 7th, the 5th, and the 26th Field Artillery Regiments. We now have the arrival of the 14th, 15th, 2nd, 1st. Obviously, these guys are mortars. I'm not going to use them. The 51st, the 52nd, the 55th, which is a field AA. But we have the 8th Independent Heavy Artillery Regiment. Sorry, battalion, I should say. And they're bringing the 300mm howitzers. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And this is where the bombardment really kicks into high gear. In fairness, I can put them all on combat. Just don't have to have them all bombard. Yep, you're gonna bombard. You're gonna bombard. Bombard. Not you. Bombard. These guys are on defend anyway. But it gives us a little bit of AA over the area. So not even bad, really. They're not dual-purpose guns, unfortunately. Would have been nice to have had them just in case of tank attack. But that's never going to happen here in China. Let's see. They do have the 81mm mortars, but they're not long enough range, really. Yeah, this is going to be great. So we're going to have additional guns here. You can see here the amount of guns has increased, which is fantastic. Yeah, good enough to deal with the Chinese, but it's like, I really want to use the range. If I can keep hitting him beyond the range of his own guns, that's just going to hurt him more and more. As you can see, his guns has increased. You can see, supposedly, there's 340,000 Chinese here now. 984 guns. Okay. Right, so we still have additional forces on the way. The 4th Brigade waiting here at the moment. We still have additional artillery. Additional armor as well. So we have the 7th Independent Heavy Artillery. So that's another 4 300mm guns there. Can't wait for those guys. Additional Heavy Artillery, 300. Oof. Wait, have I already looked at that one? 240mm guns. Yeah, excellent. 270mm mortars, Jesus. That's a big-ass mortar, Jesus Christ. Okay. Over here we have additional forces on the way as well. I mean, this is it. This is why it is going to be, in fact, the Stalingrad on the Yangtze. Not quite the Yangtze. I don't say. Well, I wouldn't think so. Yeah, huge amount of guns come in. We do have additional divisions in here. The 12th Division, the 24th Division. Yeah, additional divisions over here. The 29th, 37th, 36th, 27th. Engineer regiments as well moving out. Right, we'll make sure they're all planning for the correct location. There we go. First Army's moving as well. Right, the China Expeditionary Army. So this is an actual army command headquarters, which is great news. We've probably got the army headquarters here as well. This is great news. So once they actually come into range, it is going to really help out our AV here. Okay, how many bombers are prepared to bomb Changsha? Quite a few, really, but I'm going to probably use them to bomb the airfields. I might use the light bombers to actually hit the airfields to the north, potentially, if you have the range. What's that background music? It is... I do have some additional tracks in there. Let's see. Yeah, they're from this website that does, like, the copyright-free music. It's actually not too bad, to be fair. Let's go back to it. Okay. Yeah, some real nice tracks in there. So actually, while I'm tabbed down here, I'm going to go and check and make sure the video is actually uploaded. Don't think it's that one. Oh, okay. Title's too long. Two sex guys. There we go. Right, so excellent. There we go, so I've uploaded the actual replay. You know what, I had Star Sector, like when it was Starfarer, but I actually can't find the original code that I had, so I had to rebuy it. I'm gonna give it a go. I downloaded a mod for it recently, actually. I'll give it a go, actually. I mean, if you guys want to see some Star Sector, I'll do some Star Sector. Seems like a really chill game, to be fair. Didn't you have a rule about how much artillery you're allowed to use? We do, but we do have a number of divisions moving there. Okay. Remember to be a smuggler. See, I'm really bad at games like that because I really don't look into the background. But yeah, there's some really, really cool ships in that game. Really want to use them. I mean, this is it. I'm not much of a fan for having the fleets. I really like having it as a single ship. But you really do get, like, jumped on by pirates like no tomorrow. Okay. Yeah, so the good news is we have additional forces. The way south is now open, which is excellent. What I'll probably do is take some additional... I might take the mortars from Changsha and have them march south, actually. I think with these guys... I'm probably going to keep them in position. How do you get political points? I keep having 0. Welcome there, Racer. Good to have you, by the way. You gain, I think it's about 60 political points per turn, something like that. So we're at 940 at the moment. We need, I don't know, maybe about double this before we can release a full division from Japan as planned. But yeah, I think you get something like 60 per turn. It's something about sort of region of numbers. I can't remember exactly what it is. A smuggler indeed. Okay. Right. What I'm going to do is take the Kyoko Naval Guard. They're going to begin marching over here as well. Might as well have them set for Hanyang. They could even just garrison it if anything. Right, I do need to maintain a position here. I think I might move this base force. It's really not doing me anything here. Let's see. Yeah, saying that, there's really not much else. I suppose you just stay here for the time being, then. Okay. The good news is all these battles here in the south is going to be drawing supply. China only has so much in the way of supply as well. That's something to bear in mind. Right, it's going to take them some time to ride, but they'll be there soon enough. What I'm going to do is just disband them into the port until the 38th arrives. It's a shame I can't move up the river here. That would be nice. Right. Another AP's arriving over there. Now, we do have the 21st Division. Whoops. Keep clicking on the bloody wrong thing. Right, amphibious. Oh, why are you pending? Shouldn't be pending. What mods are you using to make the map better? They are from a forum user called ChemKid. But unfortunately, he's no longer in the forums due to a series of personal things. But I do have the links to the mod actually on the actual Discord. So if you go ahead and take a look at my Discord and you go under the Warner Pacific section, take a look at the pinned. They're all there. If you need any help, obviously just send me a private message and I'll help you out. Okay. A little bit irritating, actually. There's only 156 troops aboard here. Yeah, I find it really irritating when it happens like this. So we'll unload them. I don't know what the reason is for them being delayed. Probably bugged up. Right. You do have troop capacity, so we're going to cancel your supply convoy. You're going to go ahead and join up. Not bad. Right, meat. There we go. They're on there somewhere. I'll send a link later on. Just, I don't know, like, at me or whatever you want to call it. Then, that'll remind me to do it. Right, tell them to merge. The good news is we'll have additional capacity on its way. Yeah, those guys are taking supply up north. Definitely need that. I might have a supply moved in there, to be fair, but then again, the port over here is a size force. It's significantly faster than the unloading department, so worthwhile, really. Right. I'll tell you what, we actually do have something, yeah, this engineer regiment needs to go north. Oh, absolutely needs to go north. It's going to take them a while to arrive, but it'll be worth it when they do. 23rd Army headquarters. I'm going to have that move north as well, to be fair. It's really not doing me any good over this way. Okay. Okay, the Kawamaru has arrived. Disband. Go meet with the sub-chase over there. Right, we do spot a submarine over there, two of them in fact. Okay. Two. Yeah, it's got a lot of submarines in that area. There is some shallow ocean here actually, so that is a spot where we really have to try and grab him. We be annoying. I do have some mines here. I think it might be worthwhile trying to mine this area. I could probably mine it somewhat effectively. Unfortunately, there isn't a mine in position to the north. I think you can mine these waters. Maybe. But I'm going to say probably be mine in the base over here at Wakanai be worthwhile, and mine in Toyohara be worthwhile. Did the DDs arrive for Shoho? Let's see. Got two over here. I think we might have additional DDs on the way as well. Yeah, some 14 knots has arrived. Yugumo. Asagiri. A little bit of damage over there. She's for bulky actually. She's been upgraded? She has been upgraded. I think she's been upgraded. Yeah, she's been upgraded. Next upgrade is 9043. Okay. Right. Okay, Sagiri. She's on her way. She's a Fubuki as well, so that's going to be a third destroyer. We go heading south. Send the home port to Babardoir. Right. What I'm going to do is transfer these guys to Yokohama. Ideally, it moves the entire squadron off. Yes, it has. Fantastic. Okay. So I'm going to resize the squadron to size 30 here. The reason we do this is because... well, in fact, let's see. Alright, can I... Right, cancel that. What I'm going to do here then, it's a little bit of a trick. Infinite told me about this one actually, I'm really interested. So what you do is you create the actual Shoho task force. Notice we just have the A6 M2s on here. So... 30. There we go. Notice resize to 30. Now what I'm going to do is disband the task force. And 30. There we go. So what I can do is do it the other way around now, if I like. Obviously I'd have to wait another turn, but I could do it like that. So I'll wait until next turn and we'll be able to do it like that. So there we go. Now, in theory, I could have 30 zeros aboard here if I wanted to do so, as we're using max capacity. Right. Yeah, Mizuho, she's on her way as well. Yeah, we're in now with such in the area as well, which is excellent. Fubuki's on her way. I'm gonna have her head to Yokohama Yokosuka. She obviously needs to undergo upgrade, sorry. Right there, heading south. Yeah, so we'll have to make some decisions around this area. He does have a lot of submarines, but we do have a lot of forces as well. The fact that we do have the aircraft over here really does help us out significantly. Right, let's take a look over here then. So, the submarine tender has arrived. What I'm going to do is disband you in there. Our forces are unloaded, which is excellent. I'm just going to set our home ports here for the time being. I was almost tempted to say we'll leave the APs here, but really wouldn't be the best idea. We'll get them moving out as soon as we can. I'll probably have them move down to Tokyo, perhaps. But yeah, and the good news is we've got these forces that are now being unloaded here, and the additional supply is more than welcome. 24 engineers, 4 pieces of artillery, 6 flak. Air base is being built up, which is excellent. I'll have to see what planes I can actually transfer over here to Paramishiro Jima. I might have to see if I can transfer some to a different headquarters. Okay. Yeah, so we know who's got things over here at Palembang. We did see that there was a tanker over here. Let's figure out where we actually engaged said tanker. So it looks like it's going to be a few days. That's interesting, man. 2 days remaining. So I've added onto the time there, but that's okay. We'll probably have some additional ships to carry them. Perhaps by that time. We do have the ships that actually having their holds configured as well to carry additional troops, so it'll probably be ready in that time. Probably for the best to transfer the entire division at once. No real downside, I suppose. A little bit more in the way of logistics if we don't. Okay, so... it was one of the first, wasn't it? Yeah, it's on a buyer. So 4797, Sun Chaser. I wonder if she was escorting the Sun Chaser actually, so 4797. Which is there. Okay. So, what I'm going to do here then. So 4797. I imagine he's moving down to Australia. I'm going to say Perth is the natural point. Yeah, it's the largest. Yeah, I'm going to say Perth. He could be doing maybe like Darwin, but I don't know. Maybe he's doing Darwin. Well, Darwin's 44 hexes. Perth is 49. I'm going to say probably Perth. We can always change on the way over, I'd imagine, if we find evidence of wise. Oh. Oh, I see. Actually, I did have it right. Never mind. But let's go ahead and figure out the path that they'll be taken. Okay. So I want to be patrolling this area over here. He does have some ports over this way. Actually, no, he doesn't have a port here. Interesting. What are the waters like here? So this is shallow ocean in this area. So I think what we'll do is we'll patrol around this area, but in general just really try to control it. We'll say from about there. I mean, he could always move elsewhere, but we'll see. Right, something like that. In fact... we'll make it a fairly large triangle. Obviously I'll have additional submarines in the area to fill it out. So it's going to do my shill for this stream, so if you guys do enjoy my content and you would like to see it expand and grow in complexity and depth, then please do consider becoming a patron of mine. There are plenty of rewards available. At the moment I do have prints available, and there are 10mm Japanese tanks available. I can of course get German, British, Soviet, World War II, World War I, really, whatever you like. Give me some suggestions and I'll get them up there. I was able to arrange a good price with a supplier, so that's pretty good. Okay, then I should, God, I need to do it the other way. Ah. Right, let's see. I'm a bloody idiot, aren't I? Okay. Fuck me. Ah. Fuck's sake. Okay, we'll figure it out. In fairness, I probably want to go a little bit further. So sort of start about there. Yeah, a little bit of a small triangle, but should be alright. It'll do. It'll bloody well do. The good news is we know we can get out this way. We don't have a huge amount of fuel, but it'll do. The fact that we actually hit a tanker on the way out, while way through, was excellent. Nice way to announce our entry, really. Please are looking good. Please are looking good. We've not really had much issues. We had some setbacks in the earlier turns, but nothing too bad so far. So, last turn, we didn't have any issues with the fleet, so that's been quite good. The IGN's looking fine. Okay. In fact, until they make it through the straits, I'll keep them on low threat threshold. Don't want to take any unnecessary risk. And there we go. Okay. So that's 4 submarines in the area at the moment. We will have more moving that way soon enough. Right, okay. Now, interestingly enough, he actually didn't see the 111th, well, the 111th Task Force, which is really interesting. And if this wasn't mined, then I consider it bombardment. But yeah, it's fucking well mined, and yeah, there's some big guns there. Shockingly big guns at Singapore, really. So probably not the best. Probably not the best. It is what it is, but that's fine. Okay. Now, the good news in China is, I mean, it's true to setback that we were delayed a little bit by his forces moving north, but ultimately means that we can hit the forces there, which is good. Now, I do find it interesting that he's not patrolling the area. I do wonder if I maybe move the actual surface forces over this way. It would be... I mean, the thing is, it's like we haven't seen the Allied surface forces in this area for a little while. Okay. Fatigue's not as bad as I was imagining it to be. Any invasion prepping? Yeah. Yep. We'll be having quite a bit of that soon enough. Okay, still... here we go. What if the task force reacts to the HDMLs in Singapore? Well, they're not reacting that far. You see, they're actually set to reaction 0. I wouldn't move them past Singapore per se. I'd probably move them like this way. Maybe. Let's see. 3rd Air Division's over here now. Are they entirely loaded, or is there still some aboard? Right, there's still some of the 3rd Air Division aboard here. What I'm going to do then is the 22nd Air Flotilla is going to move south to Johor Bahru. The reason is then I can move the G3s. I'm going to get G4s that moved over there in time, actually. That'll be able to help us close down the straits. So let's take a look then. So it's going to take... so that's the 3rd. The 22nd is going to take 2 days to load up. The good news is these guys should be ready by tomorrow. So let's see. I'll put in a couple torpedoes. You can see here this... Well, what I'll do then, yeah, they're set to 100. I don't think they'll be able to be fully capable yet. Yeah, not many troops to unload there, so it won't take too long. And it doesn't look like I can dock them, but we'll see. Maybe if I move this ship out here. And the W-19. Yes, now you can dock. Excellent. I do have you here. You're unloading, which is not good. Right, so we'll grab... in fact, I'm going to use the other ships there. So you're in their support. I'm going to have you just set to transport for the time being. Right. You docked at the moment, we'll undock you. Okay. DMS W-19. You do have depth charges, actually, so that's quite good. So DMS W-19. Okay, we'll have the DMS W-19 escort her. Okay. I'm gonna have you set to arrive at Manadao. Low. The route should be okay. We do see some ships out here, but they're moving. We should be okay. Right, the Hibiki's over here. You're heading into the Port Venerie. You're bringing in additional supplies. You'll be there probably next turn. You're heading back to pick up additional supplies. So what we're doing here then is really building up the base over here in Marie. I might begin to build up a port. Potentially so. Airfields a consideration perhaps, but I'd like to actually take these airfields over here. So I'm waiting for the 124th. So 2 elements of that is going to be moving north next turn. 1 element's going to take an additional day. It is what it is really on that one. It shouldn't take too long. The 48th Division, at least these elements of the 48th Division, will be moving down the day after as well. So I might potentially have the entirety of the 48th Division unloaded before they do move, which would be nice. That would be very nice to get them moving out there at the same time. But ultimately, it doesn't particularly matter, because once they're down there, they're down there. That'll be our 4th Division at Singapore. We'll have the 38th and the 21st Divisions to move down there soon enough as well. Okay. Right, okay. See, I've got these armoured. Yeah, the armoured regiment here. I think we'll have them made ready to land down there at Osthaven, actually. They could be quite handy. So, what I'm going to do... I'm going to have you move out to Kotobaru, actually. Yeah, the reason being, if I could actually get them unloaded at Osthaven, they'd be able to make very quick progress up over here. I mean, clear, clear, clear. There's a bit of jungle rough there, but the rest of it is clear. So that'd be excellent. At least we'd have the ability to move there quite quickly. Even over here, I mean, jungle rough, let's see. Jungle rough. So it slows armor down very, very much so. But, you take a look at that. I mean, it's like, on the actual clear, they're moving about 30. So it's one of these things of where it might take significantly longer for them to move over the actual, over the actual jungle. But they might be able to make up for it by moving much, much faster. We'll see. We'll see. I'd like that. You're heading back to refuel. Oh, right, I see. Yep. There's a little bit of fuel there, so that makes sense. Taking their time. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have some of these AA guns sent to Bangkok. We know he does like to attack Bangkok every now and then. Yeah, we'll have these similarly sent to Bangkok as well. The armor... Sorry, the artillery is going to move to Johor. 48th is going to begin to move to Johor as well. So they do have a bit of fatigue there, but once they arrive, they'll be fine. The good news is that... 132%, wow. Yeah. The vast majority of our forces are excellent here. They'll have plenty of time to rest, which is exactly what they need. There's the 1st Tank Regiment over here as well, actually. I'm going to have the 1st Tank Regiment actually sent over here to Kotobaru as well. I mean, yeah, it'd be nice to have them there, but... I think it's a waste. I think it's a waste. Is there an end date for the campaign? I think the end date is like... There's like a hard end date. I think it's May 1946 or something. I think that's the hard end date. I can't remember exactly when it is, but I think it's something like that. Okay. So, I was kind of hoping that he would have moved his aircraft out of here, but apparently not. So let's take a look at the actual aircraft then. It is building up, obviously. Uh, 27% is lacking a pilot. There we go. Yeah, see, I suppose it's because they were spotted. But I would have thought they would have been moving just over this area here. I think what I'm going to do then is... they do have a lot of fatigue, actually, so I'm going to stand them... Well, we'll have them just set to rest. The reason is obviously moving the actual headquarters at this moment in time, so I don't think they'd be quite effective as of yet. Okay. Right, they'll arrive next turn. They're going to take a little bit longer, but hey, it's handy to have them there. The base may automatically change sides if there's no garrison, perhaps. We'll see. Now, this unit is in danger. He may choose to actually send something here, but yeah, quite a few disabled there, interestingly enough. But yeah, as far as it goes, it's no major thing. I'll do is have them on rest and train for the time being. If anything, it does cut the road there, so that's fine by me. Quite a few units there. Let's take a look then. So if I was obviously to move river, okay, excellent. So yeah, we'll remain on combat because when he crosses here, it'd have to be a shock attack, which he'd more than likely win. Right. In fact, what I'm going to do here then, I'm going to divide this unit. How much AV is this? 17. I don't think there's anything over here that needs garrison as such. It may be worthwhile actually having them sent out to go ahead and try and secure some positions crossing, like such as over here into the north, perhaps. Maybe there. And he's going to take some time to get there. Yeah, it's all jungle mode. It's going to take some real time there. But it could be worthwhile to get there just because it'll cut those roads, which would be nice. Okay. Have you cut the Burma Road? No. The Burma Road is obviously this road over here, so it's quite difficult to do that. It's quite some way out there. What we're hoping to do then is basically destroy China. It might be the easier option, to be fair. Right, how are you looking? 198. We'll go with another deliberate attack. I think we did. Let's see. This is Pucheng, or something like that. Let's go ahead and take a look then. Yeah, I mean, this is a shame. But then again, you see they have 979 guns. That's a fuckload of guns. A few vehicles lost there. He'll more than likely celebrate this, which fair enough. But I don't mind. We'll play the long game. I might have just stick to the heavy artillery. It takes some time to grind him down, but eventually we will grind him down. Ah, here we go. Ah, fort level 2. I don't think we'll reduce the fort level then. So, it's going to be one of those where we'll have to attack, drive him out there. But once that's shut down, then these will be significantly easier to take care of. He'll not have a huge amount of supply here, so we'll have a second attack and then rest tomorrow. That works for me. Right, another independent engineer regiment. Yeah, we'll have them continue on to Wenkao. Need to make sure we take that. Then also we'll get them moved over to Changsha as quickly as possible, really. Okay. Yeah, it'd be worthwhile to take Wenkao. I mean, once we take the city, then at least we'll gain that heavy industry. That, and it does mean that we'll be able to rest those divisions and eventually get them back into the fight, so worthwhile, really. Additional forces move in here. You're going to decide to rest. Yeah, okay, there's plenty there. How strange. They may have had to just refuel, that might be why. Yeah, it looks like they've just refueled as well, or might have refueled the turn before, so that makes sense. Now, do have the 2 PBs over here. Not very fast, are they? Okay, what I'm going to do then is return to Port Arthur, refuel. Once you're refueled, I'm going to have you sent further down this way. Yeah, we'll have a size 8 port at Fusan tomorrow, which is excellent. Right, Kiku moving over there as well. These guys just gonna rest for the time being. We're not at war with the Soviets. It's 1941, so thankfully we don't have to worry about that. Almost had to worry about it, but thankfully we don't. Okay, there's a 30-knot torpedo boat in there. Okay. That is a lot of maneuver, actually. Okay, the Sagi, this guy. She can't drop depth charges, but, I mean, she's kind of wasted in here with the 30 knot speed. But, if anything, it gives the convoy something to keep the submarines from popping up, really, which is worthwhile. I mean, if there's actually a surface ship in there, i.e. something that has guns, the enemy submarines aren't as likely to pop above the water and actually start taking shots with their deck gun. So that's worthwhile. Don't really want them taking the deck gun shots, because, yeah, you can't really dodge those. You can kind of dodge torpedoes, but you can't exactly dodge a shell. Just like a wrench. Can't really dodge a wrench. Okay. What I'm going to do here then is dock and load fuel. You're going to transfer a few thousand, yeah, just over 1,000 tons there to Panamishi-Hiroshima. You drive threatening end of the US Pacific Islands. You could say that. You could say something like that. I mean, maybe. This is going to be an interesting option to come in the future. I mean, he may attack here at some point. It's very interesting. What's the actual terrain there? Jungle roof. Do these guys have any entrenchment? They don't, unfortunately. I guess that's because they don't have any engineers. Yeah, they don't have any engineers. Yeah, that's fine. Well, I do see some marines over here. I don't know why it's protecting this area. Why is escorting it? Well. Well, not completely. We've made it a little bit more difficult for him at the moment. Only slightly more difficult. He can still obviously move a lot of assets down this way. Let's see. Let's turn this back on. Yeah, he can still obviously move assets down this way. He just has to go a little bit further south. It's like, I'd love to get something set up on Canton Island so I can actually patrol this area with aircraft. We haven't cut the supply line, but we have made it harder on him. Like, once Numair does fall, then I can start to turn this into a proper operational base. We'll be arriving at, yeah, we'll be landing at Buna tomorrow. Okay, you're heading to port there at Trek. Auto-disband once you do arrive. Right, okay, so plenty of ASW assets over here. Supposedly we did hit that ship a few times, well, sort of that submarine a few times. Right, the excellent news is the 2 DDs over here. Okay, these are the Hatashura, Hatasuru, Shabru, something like that, I fucking don't know. It's something like that anyway. Okay, the Kiribatai has moved past the Solomon Islands and is now on her way home. So we're looking at, let's say, 2 days maybe until she arrives home. 2 days seems about right, which would be great. So 2 days-ish, and we'll have Kiributai at track. And yeah, she'll be able to take on replacements there, which will be excellent. Still got the 2 BBs over here, obviously Nagato undergoing repairs. Yes, we'll sort the situation out over here shortly. So we can see the 2 DDs over here, so that's the Matsuki, Yuzuki. Why are they heading north? I'm not going to rest them as of yet, just in case. Okay. Okay, yeah, I see why. Yeah, they do have an upgrade coming up next month, so that makes sense. Yeah, not long now. They're going to be upgraded. There we go. So the Kokuo Maroos moving in there to Papaldawar. Escorted by 3 destroyers and a guard red light cruiser. Yeah, and then we have 2 destroyers here. Escorting the Yasukuni Maru and the Kashino. She's excellent. She's really, really good. Interesting enough, she actually has an upgrade soon. Oh, okay, so she's given the 25mm type 96AA gun swipe. Okay, sure. Not a bad upgrade either. Okay, yeah, moving the 5th Air Division over there to track. Now, I do need to address the aviation supports over here, to be fair. removed by the 1st of February 1942. So I'm going to have this group withdraw. Okay, we've drawn them. And we do gain 8 political points from doing that, so a little bit extra, a little bit extra. Adds up really, so... yeah, we had to remove that unit, so no real choice on that one there, had to be withdrawn. Okay. So we did have our other assets arrive over here at Babaldoir. Right, so we do have the Fuji and the Hagi. These assets have arrived, you can see that unloading, so you can see the amount of supply over here at Babaldoir has increased quite nicely. I will decide what we're going to do with these assets. Yep, supply unloading over here as well. To Kawatargo, 2 light cruisers, 2 destroyers. Right, reloading of the engineers has been completed, so 21 knots. What I'll do then is, let's see. Subami. I don't really have like a... I do have some job outs actually, so that's okay. Yeah, we'll have the, the Naruto. Yeah, we'll have the Naruto. Right, she needs to head over here to Malaya. You're going to head to Cotonou, but obviously you're going to move around the Philippines. May have to have you refuel along the way. It'd be great to have them move that direct route, and maybe they could move that direct route, but it is a little bit worrisome. So I'll have them move the safe route. Yeah, no. It'll take longer, but it is the safe way. Unless the situation changes there. Not worth the risk. You're heading out for repairs. Yeah, kind of fucked, aren't you? Okay. Additional naval guard here, so they were dispatched from from Tokyo, I do believe, actually. So that's really good, then. At least we'll actually have those additional naval guard assets, which is great. I can make a lot of use of them, really. Just if anything to take the additional bases in the area, really. Yeah. Okay. How many men have they carrying, actually? Quite a few troops there, quite a few troops. They're going to come in very, very handy. Okay. Kisa is also here. She's got the 16th Army there. Sorry, headquarters. Right, the Minikazi APDs are ready, which is excellent. Now, the question comes down to how do I wish to actually use the APDs? I could use them to move assets into Kendari quickly, though I do have a lot of assets over here. It might be that we move the assets via the warships, though what I might do is actually have them made ready to take bases in the area, such as Turnat or Turnate. That could be worthwhile taking. Just, there's a lot of bases in this area, but I do need to secure as quickly as possible, actually. 65th Brigades over here. I could use them to move out the 16th Army, but that's still, yeah, they can't really move that. It'd be nice to get the headquarters down there, but I'll have to wait a little bit longer. Okay. So still loading troops here from the 4th A detachment. Right, just over 1,000 men there. The interesting thing is, you can see his submarines are moving southwest. Very interesting. Right, another submarine moving into that area. As soon as we're ready to be moving on Kopang. Yeah, the excellent thing is these guys have made it through. So let's take a look at what's actually on board here. So, 4, 1, few SLF actually, yeah, okay. So about 8 aviation support, a couple engineers actually, which is great news. It's always good having additional engineers, let's be honest, isn't it? Always good, always good. Right. Okay. So yeah, things are going great. I'm actually really, really happy with this so far. It was a very much a confused situation as we moved in here due to the different objectives. So let's see. Now, you are spotted, which is a shame, but you have been reinforced. I mean, you have the Hakazi, Takikazi, the Hatsukari, Tomozuru. Yeah, it's a good escort in here. I mean, that's actually like one of the better protected convoys we've ever had. Plenty of supply. It's not the quickest convoy, let's be honest. I might ditch the Hakata Maru. Though it doesn't make a huge difference due to these guys being 12 knots. So it might be a case of having them in there just to make sure. We do have you here as well. Your return to replenish, which is amazing. But okay. These guys did manage to make it through as well. We are aware of a submarine in this area here, but we've got to move through. Kiso Maru's moving through there as well. The good news is by having these patrol boats and these different... Well, these guys over here, the actual CMCs, it does help us actually deal with them in this area. As we actually see where the submarines are, they waste some torpedoes potentially. So, yeah, it's worthwhile. I've got to get that... I've got to get the air headquarters through here. As soon as the air headquarters arrives in... Gendari, the game's kind of... it's kind of bloody over for him, isn't it? Okay. So, I think what we're going to do then, I think we're going to use the APDs. I could use them to move additional assets in here. Though, in fairness, all I really need is the 23rd Air Flotilla. Let's take a look. So, the 23rd Air Flotilla. Aviation support. Yeah, there you go. That's going to be sufficient amount of aviation support. I've got the engineering koi moving there. So, what I'm going to do then is I'm going to grab the APDs over here. Well, obviously not these guys. You're kind of the 16th Army. I could use other transports to move them, so that's fine. There we go. Right, we'll dock them here for the time being. See, I could move the 3rd base force, but yeah, I couldn't move all the cargo. The 16th Army, I could just about move all the troops there, but it's like all that cargo would be left behind. It'd be nice to have a HQ there, but I'd like to make sure we have it all there. So what I'm going to do here then is going to pick up elements of the 65th. Have them move into combat mode. So, yeah, there we go. So we can grab a good deal of them, actually. Good deal of them. So I'm going to verify the load there. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 there. So that's 6 APDs. So that's very good news. Now, what I'm going to do with them is I'm going to use them to take different bases in the area. I might have them move upon the base at Ambon. The base at Ambon being a very good base there to actually go for. And considering that this is probably the most likely base that he's been using to throw air power at us. Though, interestingly enough, we haven't actually seen... yeah, we haven't actually seen air power attack us this time round. But I don't imagine it'll be long. It will be coming, and we've got to prepare for that. But we're so far we're in a good position. How you doing, Van Infinite? Good to have you, my friend. Okay. Yes, we'll have a 65th Brigade aboard the APDs. Either Unborn, I mean Unborn would be nice, then we'd have something of a golden triangle then of Kandari, Kopang, and Unborn. I'd like to use them for the other bases here, but I'd like to secure the main base here. Yeah. 10 outs would be good as well. Let's see. Okay, so our forces have arrived over here. And what I'm going to do then is dock, load the troops of the second SLF. Yeah, there we go, verify the load. It's not going to be able to carry them all, but it'll be able to carry a decent number of them. Now, as for how long it'll take to load them is unknown, but what I'm going to do then is actually have a move through. I could have a move through towards the base of Manadao. It did look like success was almost guaranteed there. Well, what I'll do then, for the time being, is we'll have them made ready to land at Ternad. Not Ternad, however you say it. So we'll have them made ready to land there. If the base at Manadao doesn't fall next turn, I mean, we had really good odds here. It was only like a little bit more AV that we needed, and a little bit more of a combat adjusted, and we would have taken the base. We did inflict some good casualties on them. We do have supply moving over here as well, so not been too long. As these guys move in, we could potentially even use them for a little bit of a bombardment there just to help us out. But I don't think Manadao will take too long to fall, really, which is good news. Okay. We'll have the 4th A detachment ready to move, more than likely tomorrow. The good news is we do have additional supply at the base here as well, so that's excellent. At least we can get that in there. Yeah, a little bit of supply to unload here. Kentara's looking alright. We managed to find a little bit of additional aviation support. We've got a few engineers over here, so it's not too bad. The mini Kidabata is about this position here, so at this point here, he is actually aware of us. There's heavy rain over us at the moment. So, as far as it goes from this position here, it's going to be one of those cases of, is he going to really know what our game's going to be? Now, let's see. How many remain? Not that many men. I imagine I could probably get that loaded up. Okay, what I'm going to do is... What was the size of the dock here? Right, so I have a limit of about 24,000 tons. I'm going to undock them. Okay. I'm thinking something like this to begin with. We do have depth charges here. Obviously, I do need that fuel. There's plenty of fuel here to take anyway, so it's not too bad. Or I might even use a TV, to be fair. I mean, they're going to be moving under air cover to a degree. I suppose it depends on really what we're going to do with the mini-kid battalion in the meantime, really. I could have them, like, move around the area. But then again, it's I think what we need to do is just have them move on towards Kopang. It doesn't really matter if they yeah, it's a waste of that time, really, escorting that force. It's like it's going to move out. Should move out without... should move without any issues, really. Yeah. Okay. These guys don't really have that much supply to actually unload here. Let's see. Only 86 tons. I'll have them disbanded to the port there. I could detach some actual escorts from here. Alright, well what I'll do here then, I'll take the torpedo boat as well. But I'll take 2 destroyers from over here actually. Alright, so Kagiros. So Fubuki. Matsuki. Okay, I'll take a goddamn Fubuki. Okay. So that's led by the light cruiser Naka. 2 destroyers and a torpedo boat. I might leave behind the torpedo boat. I'm somewhat tempted to do that. So I'd be tempted to load up a heavy cruiser in here, to be fair. Though I don't quite yet have the ability to rearm in the region. We still don't know where the actual Allied task force is, so I'm going to save the heavy cruisers. What we can do is... see, I'd like to utilize the fast transport capabilities of the light cruisers. But I think once we actually do take the base, or once we actually land at the base, well, land at Kopang, then I can potentially go for the fast transport, or at least once we have other bases in the area, I can go for that. I just worry it might be a little bit too rash to go by fast transport and land on hostile beaches, really. What move do you think will provide the greatest initiative moving forward? Well, what we're going to be doing here then, so I'm going to ready this force up. Okay. They're still loading here. As soon as they're done, I need them to get them moving there. Right, I'm a little bit worried about that. I don't think I need to worry about it as such. I'll tell them to go on low threat threshold anyway. Okay. If they were to go safer, where would they go? What's safest look like? Yeah. Okay. Right, we'll go with direct. Should be alright moving from there. Ah, thank you very much for J Street. Ah, see you later there, my dude. Thank you for stopping by. Yeah, so that's a good question actually. I do like that question there. Which will provide the greatest initiative? Well, what I'm looking towards doing here then, and I'm going to really have to decide what I want to do. The aviation support isn't far out now. Really isn't too far out. I do need to get an oiler down into this region, but what I'll do is I'll subsist off of other ships' fuel supplies for the time being. I'd like to start getting ready to move upon Makassar as well, actually. Potentially I'd like to do that in... I'd say this turn, but I'm going to say next turn, due to the fact that I want to make sure that the 4th A detachment is loaded upon these ships there, so that they can ideally get set off in this turn to come. But the turn after, I'm going to have the troops begin to load upon the ships, and we're going to get them moving over to Makassar, actually. Now, I might take... Now, I'm going to have the other element of the 4th detachment move north to deal with the Dutch forces there. Once I deal with them, then the base at Kandari isn't going to be under threat at all, and I can really significantly move out all of the actual combat assets. But yes, what we're going to be doing here then is we're going to be moving upon Kopang. Kopang really does represent the second... it's not... I suppose it is... It's a good base. It isn't... the reason why Kopang's important, it's a good question that you asked there, really. As far as it goes, Makassar is going to be the one that represents the next big initiative... Well, move... what was the word there? Initiative moving forward. kind of Mikasa, but kind of Kopang. The reason for Kopang is, what I'm going to do here then, I'm in full screen here, I'll have to do it next time. But yeah, what I'm going to be doing here then is moving the forces from Gandhari to Kopang. Now, the mighty mini Kitabatai. Let's take a look. Right, I'm going to move towards the deep waters over there. Not a huge amount of fuel, but sufficient fuel, really. I do have 131 hexes worth of movement. Maybe I move this way. Maybe I'm a little bit worried about that. Yeah, I'm not too keen on moving by the actual islands as such. I think what I'll do is I'll move, yeah, move past the actual islands. I'd say that's probably for the best there. Yeah, the reason being, I've got to be careful of the actual coast watchers. I don't want to be revealed. Okay. What I'll do then is... See, I can even go two ways about this. I could move through here, but I'm a little bit worried about, like, how narrowed the waters are over here. I'm going to have to move... So what I'm going to do then is going to... I can't really move past here. I could maybe move on to this area over here to the island of Baba. I think that's probably... If you can, try and make it there. The reason why I want to do this is ultimately we're going to be making a break into the Indian Ocean over here. The reason being, we'll have the mighty mini Kitabatai move out into these waters here. Now, we did see that we sank a tanker over here, so we sank the tanker Sun Chaser right about here as well. So what we've done then is we've set up the submarine to start patrolling that area. Now it's... I mean, my theory is he's moving to Perth. He could be just as easily moving to Darwin, but I find that really hard to believe. So what we're doing then is we'll move towards Darwin, the actual carriers. I'm not going to actually move on towards Darwin, but if we pick up any ships in the area, we'll deal with them. But what I want to do here then is have the MKB, so the Mighty Kitabatai, they're going to be moving out into this area here. What we're going to do is split the carriers up as well. We might go with something like the CVLs and the CVs. Or we'll really have to decide upon how we want to actually split them up, really. It's quite an... It's going to be a whole thing in itself, really, because there's a lot of different ways we could potentially do it, and there's a lot of, like, advantages and disadvantages. But we do want to go ahead and split up the MKV in that area. The reason being, once we move out into the Indian Ocean, it is going to start to ring some big alarm bells in THG's mind. What we're kind of looking towards exposing here at the moment, let's see. Okay, so the amphibious force is spotted, so that's 5 out of 5. So he's going to see that force then. Now, as to whether he's going to know the intention, but he's going to see that force there. So we'll say that in the turn to come then, he'll see the amphibious force more than likely set out, but if he does indeed have that reconnaissance still going. So you'll see them moving into the Banda Sea. Now, it's going to take them probably 2 days to arrive at Timor, and arrive at the base of Kopang. Maybe another day to unload there fully. As to how long it takes at the base to fall, I'm not entirely certain. The good news is we'll have a decent amount of supply moving aboard the actual task force there, so task force 9-8. So moving south, we'll have that. Now, the hope is that the MKB is going to be assumed to be there just to escort the invasion forces. Now, he may believe that we're heading for Darwin. I don't know if he would actually believe that we'll be heading out into the Indian Ocean. And considering there has been no intel on the American carriers, there could be a potential ambush. I don't think the American carriers are in the Indian Ocean. He probably has the British carriers. We're aware of the Hermes over there. I think he'll probably have another carrier at this point over here. But as far as it goes for an ambush, I sincerely doubt it, really. It's one of these things of, if there was a theoretical ambush, it's a case of, well, how come we didn't use them already, you know what I mean? It's... the best chance he had was to try and drive us off, and he hasn't driven it. Well, he didn't drive us off. So, like a tick, we're now embedded in the skin of the Dutch East Indies now. And again, like a tick, we're going to draw blood, like... Oh, we're going to draw oil like we will draw blood, but we'll draw blood from the actual Imperial... sorry, from the enemies of the Imperial Army here. Okay. Yeah, it will not take long. It's going to be one of these things. It's like, I think what we'll do then with the Mini Kitapitai, so the MKB. Let's take a look. So we do have the Ryuzhou and Zuiho. Now that's both 25 knots. What I might do is have the Ryuzhou and Zuiho potentially operate with a small escort each, or maybe as a pair. The escorts, I'll probably keep them with the Chiyoda. But the thing is, it's like, I mean, this is it. Potentially, the best force I could maybe make here would be the Chiyoda, the Megami or Mikuma, the Ryuzhou, and Zuiho, and a couple escorts. And what we could potentially do then is have them move out here quite quickly. We're not going to spend too long down here, but what I ultimately want to do then is move north towards this area over here. I'm not going to move all the way down to Perth because they would be just too far. It's kind of suicidal. It really gets rid of the aspect of surprise, really. But we'll move into the Indian Ocean, and I'm going to say northwards towards like Christmas Island, that sort of area there. The reason for that is, I mean, ultimately I want to shut down, I want to completely and utterly shut down the movement of fuel, and the movement of fuel and oil out of the Dutch East Indies. But it's a secondary objective as well. The secondary objective, it is a little bit... It is up for debate, really, because it's like, I can't read the future, I can't read THG's mind. But we know that there is a significant number of allied warships in the Java area. I think they're at Java, they could be at Surabaya, they could be potentially at Batavia, they could be really anywhere around this sort of field, I suppose you could say. We don't have perfect intelligence, and we only can go on suspicions. I think they've pulled back after the Hermes lost her torpedo boat, which is really actually rather surprising, because everything we've seen beforehand really did point to the fact that THG would rush in there, regardless of the losses, really, so it was really quite the surprise. But yeah, the secondary objective that I'm working on, really, is with the carriers moving out into the Indian Ocean. And the thing is, it's not going to last long in terms of surprise, but I'm moving a lot of submarines over into the straits over here. What I want to do is, as soon as humanly possible, is I'm going to get some G4s moving over this way, so probably 2-3 days we'll probably have some G4s back in the area. But I want to get the 22nd Air Flotilla to Johor Bahru. Now, the 22nd would give us the torpedoes. Let's say from Johor Bahru to Osthaven is 13 hexes. So, the G3M2s, their normal range, let's go ahead and figure that one out. So, their normal range is 15. So, that's the range at which they can actually use torpedoes, which is actually really good. So, if we take a look. Now, it's 14 hexes from the, from the centre of the straits there to Johor Bahru. So, that's 14 hexes. So, that gives us another hex of range, but ultimately it puts us within range of G3M2's kind of torpedoes. Now it is at the limit, well, upper reaches of their range. It's not their max range, but it is up there. So we would have like operational losses. Obviously it takes time for our aircraft to arrive as well. But ultimately, what I want to do within, I'm going to say the next 2 to 3 days, I reckon this could be done within about, I'll say within about maybe 2-3 days. It really depends on how quickly the 22nd Air Flotilla can move down here to Johor Bahru. But as soon as they're down here in the area, what I want to do then is I want to put torpedo bombers over this area. The difficulty is obviously the fact of Singapore. There's going to be fighters here. I'm hoping that this is the majority of his fighters over here in the Dutch East Indies. We have seen fighters over here. I haven't really seen any other fighters in this area. It's not to say that they aren't there, because they very well could be. But the evidence that we've seen so far seems to suggest otherwise, which is very good. Now, what I want to take advantage of is the fact that he's having to deal with multiple threats here. So what I'm hoping for is that he'll still consider the threat over here, and still potentially consider the threat towards Java. What I'm hoping to do then, as a side objective, is move the carriers north. And that's going to really prompt him to either move the actual, we'll call them the Java surface assets, so the Allied Task Force assets in this area. They're either going to move into the Indian Ocean, they're either going to move towards the island of Celebes, but there is also the third possibility that he actually keeps them in the Java Sea. What I'm hoping for, and each day really does matter here at this point in time, each and every day, if he moves out too quickly, the chance for the trap fails. But if we're lucky, and if things go right, if the planning is done right, and yeah, things go in our favour, we could potentially spring a trap over there at the Osthaven Straits. It really does rely upon time. In some aspects, it really does rely upon the Midi-Kitapatai being spotted. The reason being, right, okay, well, he's aware of the MKB, okay, so he has to keep some assets in the area of the Java Sea to prevent Java from being shut down for the most part. But what I'm hoping for is that we have the combined movement from the south to the north, which will take a couple of days. But as soon as I can get naval bombers here, I can shut down the strait, more or less, not perfectly, but I can attempt to shut it down. From Kendari, as soon as I gain the air HQ over here, then I can completely shut down this area as well. So, ultimately, I'm... The secondary objective, I know it's quite long-winded, but the secondary objective really is to sink the Allied Task Force assets in this area. And I'd like to do that without having to commit a single warship. I'd like to do that purely from the air. We haven't seen the Prince of Wales nor the battle cruiser Repulse for some time. It doesn't mean they're not in the area. They could be. We'll see. We'll see. There's a lot to be discussed. Really is a lot to be discussed here. I think what we're going to do here, folks, my throat's getting a little bit dry, unfortunately. I don't have a drink with me at the moment. I'm blaming the bloody heat at this moment in time. But what I'm going to say here, then, in the next episode, which should be tomorrow, I am at my brother's wedding on Monday, so it might be a little bit longer. We'll see if we can finish the turn tomorrow, but it depends really what's going on tomorrow. I might not have the time, really. Didn't you hear the Prince of Wales repulse in the first turns? There were 2 destroyers that did launch the Type... Is it 91 or 93 torpedo? But long glance anyway at the Prince of Wales and repulse. The Prince of Wales was hit harder than the repulse, but yeah... We did hit them. To be honest, my bet is that they're probably in India. Probably in India and out of the way. There is a small chance that they could be down here in Java, but I don't think you'll be able to repair them over here. Well, I mean, it's like, for example, the battleship. Let's see. Yeah, the battleship Congo. I can see that's really escalating now. Right, so we're repairing the system damage here at the moment. Yeah, and let's see. Yeah. So what we're doing at the moment is... Don't need you on readiness. Yeah, okay. So what we're doing here at the moment is repairing the actual damage that I can... Yeah, I mean, there's like 2 types of damage. There's like damage and then there's major damage. Major damage, you have to be in a shipyard. You obviously have to be in a shipyard for system damage to be repaired. Well, normal damage to be repaired. But major damage, you have to be in dry dock, really. So what I'm doing here is I'm repairing the actual system damage. Well, the normal damage first. God, I keep getting bloody... keep saying the wrong thing. Oh dear. I'm gonna blame it on being tired. That's my excuse. Yeah, so We can see that it's going to take a good few months yet for the Congo to be potentially repaired. Major damage isn't very quick to repair. I imagine that's probably due to the fact that I don't have a huge amount of nail support here. 480 ain't bad. It'd be quicker if I wasn't working on the AV as well, but it is what it is. Two very nice destroyers over here that need to be moved out elsewhere. No issues there, Snake. Indeed. But we'll see. We'll see. But I'm going to say good night for now here, ladies and gentlemen. So once again, I'm going to shill. If you guys do enjoy my content, please do consider becoming a patron. Genuinely does help me out. There are plenty of rewards available, and of course you do gain access to a exclusive Patreon backer role on the Discord. Until next time, thank you so very much for watching, ladies and gentlemen, and more than likely we'll have a stream tomorrow. If not, we'll have it in the week. Thank you so very much for watching. Do subscribe for more. My channel is XTRG on YouTube. Subscribe there, and follow me here on Twitch. Would be appreciated as well to follow my Twitter handle as well. That is XThatRandomGamer, I think. I forget what my Twitter is, but yeah, that'd be awesome. Until next time, guys, thank you and goodbye. Have a beautiful evening and an even better day. Till next time, Tenno Heika Banzai. See you later, guys.